Let's talk about Villa, shall we, Miles? 1-1 against West Ham, which must be frustrating, first of all. But to see Tyrone Mings down injured again, although he's confirmed on socials that it's not as serious as the last one, is reassuring. It changed the way Villa kind of played, didn't it, as soon as he went off? How are you feeling?
Yeah, a little frustrated at the lack of activity in that particular area of the pitch again, but it looks like that's stepping up a bit of interest today in particular as a result of this game. But
Yeah.
you don't want to lose someone like Mings because he's just coming back into the team. He's such a leader and he's trying to play himself back into form. You can see what he brings to this side. And when you're already missing Torres, that's the last thing that Villa needed. I mean, they ended up with Luca Dean at centre back for the majority of the game, which was an interesting choice. But he
Yeah.
did all right there. He was a bit riled up by Paqueta for most of the game, but who isn't?
It was a
Yeah,
touchy game as well, wasn't it? Loads of little like digs and
it's
niggles.
him. Honestly, Lucas Paquetá is the most annoying player to play against because he has moments in him where, yeah, he is fantastic, but he's a sod, isn't he? Like he's just unbearable, rolling around every 5 seconds, and you can see Villa got wound up by that. But no, there's defensive capabilities in this team, and it's weird that we are so weak defensively as a collective all of a sudden. Like we always struggle to hold on to clean sheets when actually it's such an area of the pitch we want to improve on in the window. But look at what we've got. Like Kamara in this game, he won 17 duels, made 9 tackles. It's the most of any player since Villa got promoted back to the Premier League. So you've got players in there that can do that role. And actually, he's played centre back before in his career at Marseille. I'm surprised he wasn't considered to kind of drop there. And I think actually, if Onana had been fit, that would have happened. But we're missing Onana and Barkley, so our midfield kind of picks itself. And now we have one recognised centre back in the squad. Really, we have Bogard who kind of plays DM or centre back or even right back, and then Concert. That's it.
Yeah.
So they've sold Carlos. Torres is injured. Mings is injured. So we've got to move quick. And there's a couple of names that look like they're going to come through the door quite soon. Apparently.
Yeah. Was it 1/4 being mentioned first of all? Obviously from Villarreal, obviously quite well known to the manager, and Axel Disasi, which has surprised me because he's been not exactly setting the world alight at Chelsea. Still quite a raw talent, obviously. But what are your feelings about those two players?
So 1/4 is an interesting one. Obviously, like you say, Emery knows him well. He's really versatile. He can kind of play anywhere across the back line, and this squad really needs that right now because there seems to be so many gaps in the side. So I think that one is quite smart as long as it's the right fee. I saw something earlier that was going to be like 30 million euros, which seems really high. I feel like we maybe could bring in someone of a bit higher profile than that, but he did well at Spurs at times. He never really got the right sort of run. And then at Villarreal, he kind of rebuilt himself and was a big part of their European success as well. So Emery will definitely be keen to work with him. Disasty's a really interesting one because apparently it's a loan move, which, okay, we need that right now. I'll be interested to see if there's a buy option in it. And he's a really similar profile to Diego Carlos, who we've just sold, but just a bit younger. So he's 26, Disasi. It's older than I thought he was. In my head, he's still like an up-and-coming player. But we saw in France what he was capable of defensively. And actually, if you look at his Premier League numbers, they match Carlos's so closely that it's a bit weird. Like, he's played 37 games where Carlos played 40. And then if you look at their records defensively, it's really similar. Same amount of clean sheets. He's conceded 53 goals where Carlos had conceded 54. Like, really close. Similar amount of blocks, one interception between a few more tackles. They're really similar profiles. The only thing that Disasi has a bit better at the moment is he wins more aerial duels, which is something you really need to see at Villa at the moment, and his passing range is better and he goes forward more. So that's a real typical trait of an Emery defender. So actually, I wonder if it makes a lot of sense. He has the physicality that Carlos had, but he's better and more confident on the ball. I'll take that, to be honest.
He's a bit quicker as well, I think.
Yeah, he's a goal threat as well.
Key. Yeah.
I think he scored 7 goals at Monaco and he's already got 6 at Chelsea. Like he will get you some goals from set pieces, and we've done quite well out of set pieces this year. I think only Arsenal have scored more goals from them. So it's a funny one because I think we've seen the best and worst of him at Chelsea, and he struggled to get into the team this year. But if you can get the player out of him that we've seen previous in his career, it makes a lot of sense for Emery. So we'll see. I'm not going to write him off yet.
No, nobody's writing him off. But you just want to see.
Dave's laughing at him. I know he is.
No, I think when you play a high line, as Spurs have found out, you need some recovery pace there as well, which Diego Carlos just did not have. So you're looking for that, I think, first and foremost, but just some quality in there to keep you ticking over. And you've got some big games coming up. So see how it goes. And the right attitude too.